Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. As the recording of this is Wednesday, June the 7th, 2023. I am looking over the Hollywood Hills in this direction from the parking structure at the hotel I am staying at, the Hilton just outside Universal Studios Hollywood, where they filmed Back to the Future. The Hill Valley Courthouse is down on the lower lot. I will not be heading down there today, but I am going to go to the Quinta Hills Mall, also known as the Twin Pines Mall. There is a very strong rumor that the mall will be closing. And I figured, heck it. It is my all-time favorite movie. That is quite the destination, quite the bucket list for anyone who is a self-proclaimed aficionado or fan of that film and or trilogy. And I'm gonna just kind of head over there and see what's happening. I'm inviting you to join me. Good to have you here, shall you? And I'm heading over to my rental car. I've covered this before, but I'm gonna just show it real quick for those who may not have caught that in the past. But in part 2, the staircase where Biff and the three of his goons are chasing Marty down the stairs is right here on P2. Parking 2 in the Hilton parking lot. And if you go through the second door right here, you will see a familiar sight from Back to the Future Part 2. And all the times I've walked by here and opened this door, there's never been anyone in here because no one utilizes this because it is not for the hotel, it's for the parking structure. And most people do not take stairs in a parking structure. My good friend Justin Scard is the one that discovered this, gosh, probably 10 or 15 years ago. And now the word is out. So I always like to give him credit for finding this secret spot. It's all over the internet now, but yeah. Pretty dang awesome. I'm gonna walk up here. You can even see remnants of where the arrow was, leading right up there. And Biff comes out of here. Marty goes down to the bottom one, goes up and around, comes back up here, jumps over this, runs up, and out that door. Fun fact. All right, over to the mall. Right here in the parking lot. Well, parking structure, I should say. So if you would have continued out, if Marty would have not gone down those stairs and then back up, he would have opened this door. He could have just gone out, grabbed a car, and hightailed it. The weather is really overcast today, and the traffic par for the course for Los Angeles. You see the skyline off in the distance over there. Slow going, but I'll get there, and it's rare to see cumulonimbus clouds like this in SoCal. So this is I want to say it's a treat, but it's a rarity. It's very interesting, the timeline of malls in general, not just the Quinta Hills Mall, which was the Twin Pines Mall, Lone Pine Mall, depending on which section of the film. But just malls in general, there's only a few that are even successful anymore. Most of them, you can see this one is still open. Again, the rumor mill is very strong on whether or not this will be closing, but I am leaning towards it will be closing. I'm gonna try to get a little confirmation today, but I've heard from a few people in my circle, some friends that have kind of confirmed things that they have said. Again, just speculation. My friend Nerd Locations was telling me, oh yeah, this is gonna be going away. And the guy I'm meeting up with today, he also is on that side of the thought process. So talk a little bit with him as well. There's the other side of this building here at the Quinta Hills Mall that all the iconic spots have took place in Back to the Future. Got a lot of history here as well, a lot of personal memories that I'll be sharing as well. Looks like this parking lot's used for Foothill Transit buses. This section is anyway. Hello, bus. The bus was saying hi to me. When I first visited California in, I think it was 2012 perhaps, 2013, 2011, somewhere in that time period, this was the first thing, one of the first things that I came to see. Back to the Future is my all-time favorite movie, and I just had to make the pilgrimage to not only this spot, but all the locations. I'm about to drive down where the Libyans were. Also classic car alert. Just passed. So this little incline heading down is where the little VW bus the Libyans had. Looking from the other angle, you see them turn the lights on. Who do you think? I'm trying to do a Doc Brown, but I'm not very good at it. And if it's the case, will be a real bummer. That truck's driving right over there in front of that facade. Very notable facade. Also, like someone is over there doing a little video as well. Or taking some photos. Not really lining up a whole lot. I've been here probably 50 times. I've done a lot of videos here over the years. I haven't been here in a while though. But I believe this is where the Fox photo booth was, or possibly right there. But yeah, soup plantation. Called Sweet Tomatoes in Florida, but soup plantation here also closed. So soup plantation and Sweet Tomatoes, same company. It's all boarded up at the window. In 2020, they closed and they have not reopened. And I don't think they're ever gonna come back. One thing I always liked about eating at this soup plantation is you're right next to where Marty rides the skateboard down, right over there. All right, so I just discovered who's parked here. It's Kurt from 80s Life. What's right up? Here. So, spoiler alert, we decided to meet up here, so it's not like a happenstance or anything like that, but...
I was gonna pretend.
You're gonna pretend. So you're pretending that this is gonna be where the DeLorean is parked at. You got the skateboard on its correct side right there.
Right.
As well, and he's gonna be doing a video, probably a much more detailed video on his channel. My video will be up tomorrow because I do the daily stuff, so this will be kind of a more lackluster, and I'm gonna actually walk inside the mall and show some stuff in there too. So what exactly are you gonna be covering?
So right now I'm just gonna cover, I've been waiting forever to do a Back to the Future video, but I was waiting for everything to for it to be the right time. But since they're gonna be changing the mall soon, I figured I gotta at least do the mall scene from Back to the Future. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just kind of recreating the Back to the Future mall scene. And then later, I'll do a whole video and we'll put it all together.
So one thing I learned from Kurt also, he saw some blueprints and some plans, well not blueprints, but plans on, so they're not tearing this down, they're just gonna be remodeling it. And so according to you, they're gonna extend the front of the building out and they're gonna build a parking structure here. So no one will ever be able to get up to 88 miles per hour in this parking lot ever again. Not that you could, even with probably a super sports car or maybe a dragster, because there's only like 100 yards here. But yeah, this is going to be RIP to this parking lot over time. At least you're not going to tear them all down though.
I think the structure was like over in that area. So
oh, over there.
I think it was like maybe right on the other side of the yellow barrier. It's over on this side. And
many years ago, I did a meetup right over there, an impromptu, non-planned. I don't think the mall was happy with it, but a lot of people showed up right over there.
Saw that video.
We got the out of time down here. It's a pretty sweet vehicle.
We got the correct camera.
This is exactly where well, somewhere in this area is where Doc pops up. I figured, what the hell? What about all that talk?
Yeah, I think this is where his truck was, right?
Yeah. So were you around during the 2015 We're Going Back festivities?
No.
They had Doc's van right here.
Yeah, I came here during that time, but not on that day when the festivities were on.
The van was here for like, gosh, it was here for like 6 months. And at the top of the hill was the Twin Pines Mall sign that's in there was up at the top of the hill where it normally was in the movie. So I'm going to be making a little moment here in Kurt's video, so you got to check out his channel later on when he uploads it. I'm going to be playing a role here, going along the side of the yellow poles, but no spoilers. But I got this Nerf Super Soaker. It'll be good. All right, he's bringing his car in as a prop. I just confirmed how out of shape I am running with this Super Soaker. Gotta watch his channel to see the finished product. It's pretty dang funny. I was laughing. I tried not to laugh. And one thing that's kind of cool about this parking lot are the different, so you got the F2, you can see that in the movie, and then I think the F1 sign, someone's probably stolen it over the years, but where the DeLorean's was parked there, when Doc kind of turns on the car and the car starts speeding off, you can see the F1 sign in that pole right there when the DeLorean is backed up over in that distance. And it's impossible for a DeLorean to get up to 88 in this parking lot. This parking lot is really small in comparison to how they show it in the movie. Over here on this curb is where Marty slid down or jumped down the hill towards the end. He jumps down here Probably did his own stunt and then landed right here and then kind of looked up that direction. Back in 2015, the events of 2015, the We're Going Back stuff, they had the Twin Pines Mall sign right here, which was awesome. And it should still be inside the mall. So hopefully go in there and check that out too. It's good to know that the rumor is that they're just going to be remodeling it and not completely tearing it down. But if they're going to build a structure here, it's going to definitely remove the sight line, and they're going to get rid of this whole area over here, so it won't look the same anymore. It's been a while since I've been out here. A few years, perhaps, a couple of years. I used to come when I lived here in Hollywood and when I lived in Orange County, Anaheim and Orange. I would stop by here all the time, a few times a year, and just kind of stand here and soak in the mood, soak in the ambiance. But it's been a while. It's probably need my sunglasses. A little overcast today, but the future's bright. The future, you gotta wear shades. I mean, this is just so iconic. I'm already riding the skateboard right down here. Suit Plantation. I'm gonna go over here and see what's going on with the Suit Plantation. Wow, yeah, it's all windows busted. The wood over the windows there. Yeah, I'd always eat at a table right here and look out upon this and go, that's where Marty wrote it. Oh, there's a Panera Bread here. I think there used to be another restaurant that in order to get the exact angle looking down upon that, you would have to climb up on top of the restaurant that used to be there, but that restaurant is now gone. In the last couple of years, that Panera is brand new. What do you mean you've seen this? It's brand new. Yeah, I saw it on a rerun. I had a lot of fun filming that little skit with 80s Life. Check it, look, there's a car right here, a DeLorean car right here. It's always amazing to me that Michael J. Fox dove down this. This is a very hard, compact area right there. So you kind of like squeeze through that, then you can go down here. Maybe, I don't want to slip here, but this is pretty steep. There we go. I'm sure this has a top on it, so you can protect that from the elements, right?
Yeah, but I didn't bring it, and
hopefully it doesn't rain.
It started raining on me on the way here, but it wasn't too bad.
I think I might trade my G7X for this. I think I might start vlogging with this if you don't mind me borrowing this. Yeah, I'm gonna start using this. It's like a mobile television studio. Is that what he says? Mobile TV studio? Television studios? I forgot the line. Remember the lines?
Yeah.
Mobile TV studio?
Oh, come on, don't put us on the spot.
I'm kind of curious if any store inside sells a little DeLorean. I tried to get one at Universal earlier because I'm staying right outside Universal Studios Hollywood, but the stores did not open early enough for me to go in. I was going to get a little miniature DeLorean. Did not plan this, so I might go inside the mall, show what's inside the mall, and if they have a store that has a little DeLorean, I might get that out here and come recreate some scenes, possibly, if they have one in there. If not, there'll be no DeLorean problem. I have been to a lot of different functions and events that have taken place out here. Again, I did a meetup over here a long time ago, many years ago, before I moved out of California the first time. Also, the first time I ever met Video Bob Mosley, now lives in Vegas. A friend of mine now, he was out here driving his replica DeLorean over here, and security, they used to be, security actually kicked us out, kicked him and us out of the parking lot because he was driving it around in here. The mall and security at the mall embrace it a lot more. This is prior to the events of the We're Going Back 2015. And just, you know, just a lot of memories here that I've had over the years, and I've done quite a few different videos and quite a few different episodes over time from here in the mall. And it's going to be weird. I am thankful though that 80s Life is telling me that they're not going to tear the mall down. They're just going to completely renovate it. So it's not going to be completely erased from existence, but it's going to be vastly changed, and hopefully the sign inside is not removed. I'm going to go inside now. One thing about coming to this mall, you can't really show up at night anymore and get an empty parking lot because this 24-hour fitness has been here for a while. So there's always people here, even if it's just a few cars, working out into the late evening. So you can't really show up and recreate the night scenes with a completely empty parking lot, at least for now, but who knows if that 24-hour fitness will close. And if it does, you won't be able to match anything up really, because this is all going to be completely renovated. But a lot of this still looks the same. I don't think that staircase was there in Back to the Future, but this over here looks the same. as it did then, at least for now. So we're gonna go inside and see if the Puente Hills, inside the Puente Hills Mall, and see if the Twin Pines Mall sign is still in there from We're Going Back for 2015. For a long time, for that entire year, Doc Brown's van was in the front parking lot, which was awesome. Do you remember if you could see this in Back to the Future? Was it rounded like this?
Let's see. Let's pull up some screenshots. I have some screenshots.
Now I know 100% that is like the iconic side of the mall there. But I think this, I don't know, this looks like it would have dated back to the 80s. I don't think that Aquafina soda machine was in the film. It's probably added later, most likely. Okay, the 24-hour fitness was JCPenney's. I think I may have misspoke and said that this was. So this was a Robinson's?
Yeah.
And we just checked the clip, and this right here was in the, you can definitely see this behind Doc's head when he's explaining everything and he has the remote and all that. You can definitely see this structure here. But I don't think you can ever see this part. I think the camera kind of, or the angle always usually kind of cuts off here. But that definitely is, that bowl shape has definitely been around for a while. You think they'll keep the same name of the mall, or do you think they'll change the name of the mall?
No, I think the mall, yeah, the name's staying the same.
Yeah, in my mind, every store here at the mall is JCPenney's. That's just because I remember it's JCPenney's. Can't go in this door though. It's out of order. Out of order? This whole Back to the Future mall is out of order. Oh wow. There's nothing going on in here. The sushi place is closed.
Everything on this side of the mall is completely gone.
Everything on this side of the mall is empty. This would be something Dan Bell would be proud of. It's like an open, but yet a dead mall. I cannot look at a mall like this and not think of Romero's Dawn. I don't know, I just always think of that. Of course, in Monroeville, where the mall is, that JCPenney's, you can't slide down the escalator anymore. They've changed this. There's no escalator from Romero's Dawn. See, there's a lot of malls to have JCPenney's in 70s and 80s films. JCPenney was like a big thing. Oh wow, this place is definitely completely empty. So empty over here, completely empty this way. Yeah, certainly. So it's an open yet empty and falling into, not disrepair, but it's just falling, everything is closing. So it's basically a dead open mall. Even the last time I was in here, a lot of these stores were open. A couple years ago, that store was open. This is where the sign used to be. Oh, it's still here. The Twin Pines Mall sign is still right over here. I think this is kind of similar to the Lion Estate signs that are on Universal Studios backlot. They're not the real ones either. They had to recreate them. That ended up like in a trash heap somewhere. I think no matter whatever happens to this mall, I hope they keep this in here. And it's blinking faintly 1:16 a.m. That's when Marty originally arrives, and then Doc says 1:18 a.m. So 1:16 to 1:18 a.m. is when kind of everything originally kind of started at the mall. And also back in 2015, for that whole year, they had a full DeLorean right over here where this guy is mopping up the center area. It used to be a Wetzel's Pretzels right here. Maybe it was an Auntie Anne's Pretzels, but it was some sort of a pretzel stand that was right here. And that DeLorean back in 2015 was right here. They had like some stanchions around it, but I think I did some like unedited vlogs or some videos back then of it being right here. But this place is definitely not a beehive of activity anymore, complete, but the escalators are all still on. It's always kind of eerie too, these empty open malls. They just have the music playing as if the place is packed full of guests. You know, and the machines on, the claw machines, the photo ops, all that stuff, all on, but all the stores completely closed. And the future, the quote-unquote future of this place will probably be cultivated over time. Look at this neon here of this place called Automates up here, which is also closed. The more I travel around the country, you see more and more malls that are just kind of falling on hard times. No one really is going to indoor malls anymore, with the exception of a select few. Oh, this could be like a version of the Cafe 80s here with this cardboard cutout of Michael Jackson right there. Even this little pop culture store is closed. Should also mention that this is a weekday. It's a Wednesday as a recording of this, and it's only 10:30, so some of the stores might not be open yet, or maybe some of them just aren't gonna open. And of course, also when you think of malls like this, I think of Kevin Smith's Mall Rats, of course. I always think of an escalator. Just trying to throw any kind of mall nods, mall movie nods into my references. This ATM is off. You cannot get cash there. So it looks like this Katsu place over here might be open on the weekends, because it looks like the refrigerator's full of some stuff. But this Tacos Mexico is completely empty and closed down. So this Tacos Mexico place is closed, even though it says under new management, the menu board is completely gone. Tokyo Grill is the same, which is next to this empty spot over here. It's always kind of wild seeing empty food courts like this. Teriyaki and sushi roll. This is kind of closed up. The register has a bag over it. And Kurt was just saying hot dog on a stick. He was in here a couple weeks ago, and hot dog on a stick on the weekend is open. This is the amount of people that are in here. Just a couple customers. I don't even know if they're customers. I think there just might be like mall walkers walking around here. There's an open bowling alley in here as well with a lot of video games and whatnot. Even some arcade stuff over here. You got The Walking Dead, you got Metallica. But so there is an actual arcade, but just the whole vibe of this place is definitely an empty mall. Empty mall is a kind of an understatement on the Puente Hills Mall right now. It is, granted, it is a weekday, so I don't want to like sugarcoat it. Maybe the weekend's a little bit busier, but I don't know how much busier. All right, so that's it. The Puente Hills Mall, now the empty Hills Mall, empty Puente Hills Mall. The bowling alley's open and the arcade was open, but not a whole heck of a lot else. Looking inside the sushi place, they have the tentacles of a squid in here, and there's some silverware dropping somewhere behind me. There are always cars out here because of the gym, not really for the mall so much. It's right in this area where Doc and Marty were. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious S right there with the fire flames and all that. And also these yellow poles over here. Still some left of these yellow poles that you can see when Marty's driving the DeLorean that way. Oh yeah, they're really heavy duty. They're not styrofoam or anything. These are like concrete poles. Right over near here is the McDonald's they've used in every McDonald's commercial. It's about a mile that way. I think I'm gonna stop by there too. All right, before heading out of here, I'm gonna show the route that the DeLorean takes when he's being chased and kind of how he's driving. So he starts off here next to this pole and heads this direction. And obviously when you watch the movie, there's a lot of editing and drawn out dramatic moments, but more or less, this is gonna be the loop that Marty takes in the DeLorean. Now I can't cut in and out of some of these cars, so this is kind of sort of the loop, but you know, within a few feet, how he turns onto this section here. I mean, even this, it drags on for just a little bit when the Libyans are chasing him behind him, and he's kind of zigzagging this way. He's kind of going all over the road like this. Comes up here, goes up to this F1 sign. A lot of this looks a lot different. Cuts this pretty hard here. And from here, has to get from 0 to 88. So from right here, he's got to punch it. Now he's getting it up to 88. 88 miles per hour. So from there to right here, a DeLorean has to hit 88. Automatically hits, goes back in time. The fire goes directly towards this, and then to the Peabody farm. And the Fox photo booth was right there. I'm interested to see what's going to happen to the Puente Hills Mall, and if this is going to get a complete facelift. And over time, will I even be able to recognize this place from Back to the Future? In a very tucked away area over here is where they have all the Mickey D's costumes, crew and talent parking right there. The old McDonald's logo there. And there is a McDonald's that is never used for guests to purchase food at. No one can go in this McDonald's unless you are a cast and crew production company. But this is where they have filmed every single McDonald's commercial for decades. They'll tear it down sometimes, build a new one. They'll change, well, not tear it down, but they'll rechange the facade to make it look more modern, older, etc. And this is the Mickey D's. Gate 4 over there, all the production facilities. And gate 3 is the McDonald's. So think back to all the McDonald's commercials you've seen throughout your lifespan. They were filmed here. Now granted, this does not look like it would look, probably of some of the memories you might have, and I have, because the facade has been changed. But you know, they obviously don't want to shut down an active McDonald's to film a commercial, so they just build their own. It is interesting, they still have the retro Mickey D sign though. So obviously if they're filming that, they're not going to show this. Also just learned something new, that evidently there is a basement area to this as well. So you could film up top, you could film in the basement, and not only do they have the costumes over there, but they also have like bedroom sets and whatnot. So if there's a scene before they go to McDonald's in a commercial, they film them over in there. Never knew that before. It's pretty interesting. I like that they have kept this here. And this is not very far from the Puente Hills Back to the Future Mall, Twin Pines Mall. About a mile and a half. You can go to get your Back to the Future on, come here and get your Mickey D's on. A lot of pop culture references, kind of in the same area. Mac and Me also was filmed here. You did a Mac and Me. I'm gonna do a Mac and Me one day, but you beat me to it years ago. This is the Mac and Me McDonald's.
This is it, right here. The kids were sitting on that curb. There were some kids over here breakdancing, over there breakdancing, and when they pull in the station wagon,
it's right here.
You can see this building across the way. I believe that fire hydrant is the same too. But yeah, you get a clear shot of this, and it's 100%.
Oh yeah.
Place.
Oh, I definitely agree. It's also the only feature film movie that had the real Ronald McDonald in it.
And then think about it, those doors right there, again, not the exact same doors, but that's where Mac would have floated from the counter through the restaurant. I think he does a flip and then comes out of those doors and they chase after him. One of the best scenes in movie history.
It's a classic, but I actually really like Mac and Me. I mean, it's a straight up E.T. ripoff, but it's pretty awesome.
No, it's not.
Oh no, E.T. ripped off Mac and Me.
That's right.
Right? Everything is recreated in there to be like an active place. You can even see the menu boards in there are on. If you take a look over here, it's another McDonald's old signage back there. Hey, think about even back in the old days, back when it was like the Fry Guys and Grimace and Hamburglar, they were all inside here. You know, Ronald hasn't even been used as promotion or the mascot of McDonald's in like over a decade, probably like almost 15 years. You won't see Ronald in a commercial anymore. For access, press call button on the keypad. Not open to the public. In fact, there's not even a drive-through around the back. Look at this, there's not even like a place you could drive through. And this is kind of like, it's one block off the main road, and you gotta really want to come back in here to this little warehouse district.
Did you try pressing the...
You think Ronald would answer, or maybe Grimace?
Try pressing the call button, see what happens.
Should I?
No. Yeah. Well, what's the worst that'll happen?
Looks like the footprint of Ronald's shoe down here.
Wait, what?
Looks like the footprint of Ronald's shoe right here.
It does.
He's Ronald McDonald, the happiest hamburger clown. Oh, check it out. There's like McDonald's tables in there.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe they filmed some in there too. There's an old signage. Look at that. Like you see the McDonald's written behind the golden arches there. Oh, there's a ladder over on this side that you could just climb up to the roof to get up on the roof. Pretty fascinating. Look up any old Mickey D's commercial. It was right here. All of them. Trying to see what the prices say on there. I don't know if they have the prices on the board or not. Probably not. They probably wouldn't put the prices in a commercial. Or maybe they would. Can't tell what that says in there. Whenever I'm over in this neck of the woods, I like to swing by the donut hole. I'm not going to get a donut, but I am going to get some coffee. It's the quality. I hope they have coffee. I would imagine they'll have coffee. Yeah, coffee and donuts. You drive right through the middle of this donut. Quote, it's the quality. Not going to get a donut, but I am going to get a coffee. I haven't had a coffee yet today. It's about time to get a coffee from the donut hole, going through the middle of the donut hole. Got the pink boxes, cash only. Good thing I got some cash. Got the price board up here. Some delicious pastries over there. They just have a plethora of delicious looking donuts right there. It's pretty good. Cream filled, ones with strawberries, different other pastries, bread items. These are their hours up here. They're from 5 to 9 every day, except Tuesday they're closed. Got my coffee, friendly service, decent prices, caffeinated beverage achieved from the donut hole. And a good size beverage, look at that. Piping hot, caffeinated beverage achieved. Once again, back in some traffic, heading towards downtown, and then from downtown LA back to Hollywood. I'm gonna drive by my old neighborhood here in Hollywood. I'm noticing that there's a Denny's right here. This Denny's has been torn down. Right on this corner was a Denny's on the corner of Van Ness and Sunset. I would eat there occasionally. Many, many times for the couple of years I lived here in this neighborhood, I would pull right off here, off Sunset. I would do this little roundabout right here. You can see the Hollywood sign off in the distance. I would stop right at this section. That Denny's was over there. You can see that Denny's in the background of Pulp Fiction. One of the scenes from Pulp Fiction was in an old dilapidated building that was right here. And then I would turn here off Herald Way onto this road, which would connect with my former apartment down here at the end. I lived on Carlton Ave, halfway between Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset, right on the 101. In fact, that was my apartment building right there, this one right here. Yep, that was it. I'd pull my car right down this driveway. Had underground parking. Replace nozzle when finished. That's not the car that I'm driving, but $5.29 a gallon here at the 76. Self-pumping gas nozzle. Across from Tommy Burger over there. And you can see the roof. So that used to be my roof view right up there. I would sit up there sometimes and edit my videos on my phone. You see the Hollywood sign, Paramount Studios, Griffith Observatory, downtown LA. Right from the roof view, right up there. It was a pretty good spot. I would always get gas right here at the 76. Brings back a lot of memories. 101 freeways right over there. There's a little mechanic shop here that fixes some of these Hollywood tour vans. It's a different time. Back in the parking structure now, back at my hotel. This is where I started. There's that staircase. A little Back to the Future spots today. Gonna head up to the elevator and head up to my room. And back up at my room. Really good view of Universal Studios. Can't really see the lower lot from here where Hill Valley is. You can see Warner Brothers off in the distance. But you can't really see the back lot section of Universal from this angle. But you get a pretty good view of the Globe, City Walk, Griffith Park off in the distance, the Archway, Wizarding World Castle, and through the clearing in the mountain and the trees over there, downtown LA. Got the freeway here as well. Pretty awesome view for sure, with the valley off in the distance. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is also, it's very overcast. Hasn't been a lot of sun out too much on my visit to SoCal this current trip. It's been kind of nice having cooler temperatures. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.